Bought a Milwaukee M18 grease gun a long time ago, but I have never used it. I think it's pretty heavy. The instructions go through and tell you all the switches and controls, etc. There's a control dial here and a speed control and pressure control here. Now this is where it's confusing. One is 10,000 psi, 3.5 ounces per minute. Two is only 5,000 psi, but it's 10 ounces per minute. I would have liked to have control of each of those individually, but I'm going to go for 3.5 ounces per minute. Now, this control here, and you have to read the instructions actually. It goes apparently up to 50, but I'm not going to put it on 50, I'm going to put it on 10. That's the number of pulses you get every time you pull the trigger. So, pull the trigger once, 10 pulses. If you let go of the trigger before 10 pulses are done, then the next time you pull the trigger, you get the full 10. So, I'm going to set up to grease some fittings under the vet, and maybe I'll video that, maybe not. A couple other things. When you load the cartridge, and that's what I use, you can use bulk or cartridge, you have to pull this plunger out. It's very difficult to pull that, even when it's empty. But I learned that if you press this pressure relief button here, the bleeder button, it relieves the pressure and you're able to pull it out. Same with reinserting it after the cartridge is, when you're trying to put the cartridge in there, it's going to fight you. But you can relieve the pressure by just pressing that button, and it goes in a lot easier. Kind of be nice if they tell you that, but they don't really tell you much about it. I'm gonna go. This is gonna be hard to hold because it's pretty heavy. Be kind of hard to hold this and pump grease at the same time. They do have a hook for a belt loop, but no belt loop comes with it. Okay, I've got the hose on the Zerk fitting. There's the hose right here. This is the boot that we'll be filling. You should be able to see that expand as I press the button. I think I've got it locked, so unlock it. Make sure that's on the fitting. So it did 10 things. I don't know if you can see it, but I can feel that that filled up. So that's all I want to do is fill this. I don't want to have it coming out and making a mess. So I've got to, I'll do the ones I can reach from the bottom, and most of them I've already done, so there won't be many, but I will basically make sure that they're all full, and then I'll be ready to hit the road with them as far as grease is concerned. So some of the circ fittings, the thing came off real easy. Others, it was hard. This one doesn't even want to stay on if I let it go. So I'm going to try to hold it on, and you can watch the boot. Okay, I'm going to call that full without overfilling it. And now the one that was falling off doesn't want to come off. At any rate, I find it easier for this top fitting. The tire was just too much in the way. It was easier for me to jack up the front, take the tire off, and reach it from the outside here. So that's the last of the fittings. I've done them all. But the grease gun worked very well. I actually bought it because I've got a compact tractor that has a lift bucket and a backhoe that has a ton of fittings that need to be greased. So just trying to find a place where I can put that down until I can wipe off the excess grease. But that's it for the things I need to do underneath the car in order to start taking it out for drives and breaking it in. I still need to finish putting the dashboard in and some seats, and I have new door panels that I may or may not put on before I actually take it out on the road, because they're not critical to have it in there to break it in. But that's kind of my mini report on the grease gun from Milwaukee and the greasing of the fittings underneath. I probably could have done this one here easier from over here as well with the tire off, but I didn't. I did it from underneath. That's it for lubricating the front end before our test drive. Or I shouldn't say test drive, break-in. So I decided that the easiest way for me to prevent accidental pressing of the buttons and putting grease all over the place is going to be to just take out the battery of this thing, and nothing can happen now. I have several tools that take that battery, so I can just put a battery in it whenever I need it, take it out for prevention of accidental grease jobs.